All right, hey friends, my name is Ed. We are going to continue to talk about perspective drawing and walking through Scott Robertson's book, How to Draw. And today we're going to talk about dividing into odd number proportions. So basically what this is, in previous videos we've talked about breaking things up into dividing and multiplying rectangles, but sometimes we need to be able to divide things up into odd numbered divisions. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Perspective drawing, is something that a lot of people don't spend a lot of time in, and if I'm honest, I haven't spent a lot of time on it either, even though I've drawn for many years, and it's something I want to get better at. And I was looking at this wonderful book, Anime Architecture, and it's a fantastic book that goes through and shows you a lot of the background art for some amazing kind of classic anime. Some of my favorites: Akira, Pat Labor, Ghost in the Shell. And you really get a sense that these people, these artists who did this were masters of perspective. And so my goal here is to learn a little bit more, and I'm gonna, as I go through these exercises from the How to Draw book, today what I want to talk about is dividing up rectangles in odd divisions. So we've talked about how we can divide up a rectangle in half by finding its cross lines and finding the middle here. We can divide this up into evenly spaced divisions by finding these cross midpoints. And this can be useful if you're, these rules apply when you are also drawing something in perspective. So when you're drawing your spaceship or your vehicle or your building, and you need to place things like windows, you can use this to place certain objects in perspective. But what happens when you want to split it up in non-even amount of separations? So just want to go through a little bit of that. It's pretty cool. We're going to draw a quick plane in perspective. So just going to draw this here. And let's say our horizon line is about here. Let's just check this out. Somewhere about there. Yep. So let's say we want to put a door right smack in the middle here, but we're just not sure how to do it. We want it to take up a third of this space here. So what we can do here is we can actually draw another line. So this line is going to be parallel to the horizon line. And then from here, we can split this up into 3 evenly spaced sections on this line. I'm actually going to use a little post-it note here. Let's say this, and this. So if you had a ruler, you could use that ruler as well. And so what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be projecting this third, 1, 2, 3, these three divisions back onto this rectangle. So what we're going to actually do here is we're going to take this far point, pass it through this end point of the rectangle back into our horizon line. And now we have a vanishing point here. And from here, we can now connect our other lines here. And where these lines cross, this is now projecting that third back onto this perspective plane. And so now we have our plane in perspective, our rectangle in perspective that is split into odd numbers. And you could do this with even more, any odd number amount of divisions. You use the same method. All right, and so let's say we want to do that doorway. Kind of say the top of the doorway is relatively here. Maybe it's a arc. Now, if we want to get really specific and figure out where the tip of that arc is, we can make a little, do diagonals here. Now we have the midpoint of this. We have our arc, and our doorway can go down here. So we now have an arched doorway, and it's in perspective, and we can be confident that this space, these spaces are equal in space, in this 3D space that we've made. Let's try another one. Okay, just to make sure we get it. So this time I'm going to start with my horizon line, right? And I'm going to draw another, let's just get it way out here. This plane here. So we have our plane in perspective, this rectangle in perspective. And let's say we wanted to break this one into 5 divisions, right? So I'm going to make another line here that's parallel to the ground, to the horizon line. And I'm going to split this up into 5 equally spaced divisions here. And again, I'm going to use this little piece of Post-it note for this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. Okay. So the same thing, we want to take this end point, these 2 points, and we're going to follow this back to our horizon line and find our vanishing point. So this is our vanishing point here. And now we can connect all of these, and then we're be projecting this division back on to this plane. So now we have these divisions. So this line actually, this is why we always want to practice our straight lines. This one might be a little off, a little more this way. Of course, with a ruler, you could get even more accurate. But these methods are really fun for when you just want to sketch something out. You can always go back and get things a little more exact with a ruler. But now here, if we wanted to, we could say, let's say we have this here. Let's say this is some sort of a side of a ship. Maybe we want to get some maybe these are some windows. So anyway, this is a cool trick to be able to project these odd number divisions back onto a plane in perspective. All right, so we're going to keep going, looking through this how to draw book, and hopefully working through some of these exercises can help you in your art adventures. All right, have fun, keep drawing. Bye.